This Narcomoebas, they're going to trigger 3 sets. Yeah, so Insidious Roots also triggers these 3. If you can see, they're just going to scoop it up. Okay, that's crazy. But, yo, what is up, folks? TrevorTCG here, and today we've got a pretty interesting dredge pile. There's been a lot of hype around this enhanced surveillance card, especially in Modern, and additionally with the new Surveil lands. We're actually not doing any of that stuff here, but it's a pretty interesting card in general. Anytime you Surveil, you look at additional 2 cards. You can use this for your library, but hey. What I'm doing with this is I'm trying it out in a Sultai Dredge shell here. There are some good reasons to play green. We've got Rubber Maverick as like a 1-mana enabler here to Surveil 2 or Surveil 4, and also we have Insidious Roots. And there's some pretty interesting stuff with Insidious Roots here. So when a creature card leaves your graveyard and you make a plant, put a counter on each plant you control, neat, they make mana, okay, fine. How does that play in with enhanced surveillance? Snarling Gorehound is another pretty cool magic card. Black for 1/1 has Menace, but whenever a creature with power 2 or less enters the battlefield under your control, you Surveil 1. Power 2 or less triggers by like Maverick, triggered by Narcomoeba, and triggered by Insidious Roots. So hey, you get your token, you get to Surveil. Hey, instead of surveilling 1, why not Surveil 3 if you've got enhanced surveillance in play? And all of a sudden, you're getting pretty close to being able to like, hey, hit another Narcomoeba, hit a Creeping Chill, Ghoul, Amalgam, and do all kinds of dredge nonsense. And that's what the set's trying to do. We're trying to use a combination of different surveillance packs that are pretty cheap to kind of enable a dredge shell and take over the game with Insidious Roots and a ton of tokens. That's the game plan. For the order gaze, best enabler, 1 mana Surveil 3, 1 Surveil 5 instead, has flashback, super consistent. The 4 Gorehounds, Menace Attacker actually can like poke in for some damage, but mostly here to enable you to just have a bunch of Surveil triggers. And then Maverick, another enabler, surveils you towards your dredge hits, but then also can act up on the graveyard, which itself triggers Insidious Roots as well. Sweet, 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 and again, like triggers Gorehound, etc., etc. Thought-bound Phantasm, we're playing here as our kind of like Surveil Tarmogoyf, 4 mana 2/2, 3. It gets a counter every time you Surveil. If you Surveilled, well, if you've got 3 more counters on it, it can attack with the defender. This is the one part that I'm actually not 100% sure on, but the upside of being able to like play it on turn 1 and then start attacking with it for quite a lot of damage very quickly is pretty high. And so, hey, things we're playing Surveil Dogback will include it here. At 2, we also have 4 copies of Insidious Roots and 4 copies of Enhanced Surveillance. Enhanced Surveillance gives you a ton of consistency. Being able to see so many cards with all your different Surveil effects. We also have Tiger Scheming in here for some additional ones. I did cut the last one to play the 17th land. You do have a lot of library manipulation with all these Surveil effects, and so I was playing 16. But I've upped up to 17 just to include an Otawara here, which gives you some extra interaction versus any potential graveyard hate and stuff like that as well. For Narcomoebas, obviously, this is what we're using to enable Prize Amalgam. Hitting it for free also triggers Snarling Gorehound, triggers Insidious Roots, super, super good. I love how they've errated all these cards to scheming just to Surveil 5 now, or Surveil 7 or 9 or whatever. And then kind of like the core dredge cards, so Prize Amalgam, if you put a creature back, it comes back. Again, these things will all, well, these things will all trigger Insidious as well. And so it's really cool if you drain for 3 life, which is words for if you hit Creeping Chill this turn, you can bring it back in the end step. And that again will trigger Insidious Roots, trigger Price Amalgam, all that stuff. 17 lands, fairly straightforward. Primarily like we are blue-black and green, so the mana is a little awkward, but 4 Dark Shores, 4 Blooming Marsh, 4 Botanical Sanctums. We don't have a real, like, the only thing you need to get to 4 mana for really is like Hardcastle, Creeping Chill, or using Otawara. And so having all the lands that like won't enter play untapped after turn 3 is like totally fine. And then like a Breeding Pool and Evergreen Tomb, 2 White Graves, and 1 Otawara. We're playing this in some Best of 1 Explorer ranks. If you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel, and let's get into the matches. Alright, first matchup here with Sultai Surveil Dredge. This is a pretty awkward hand. I think we'll mulligan this. Here kind of the opposite problem. Prison 7, companion, that's a Yorion. Okay, we have gaze and surveillance. We have kind of everything. So like one caveat being that we don't have a blue source. So let's put it'll be very sad and put surveillance at the bottom. We'll keep gaze because it's just the best enabler. Oh, okay. Alright. More likely to be like Enigmatic. We did draw a Botanical Sanctum. I'm gonna play gaze now. Because sometimes you hit the nuts. You always, generally, because of Silver Smoke Ghoul, you want to gaze in your main phase. This only triggers on your end step. If you've got any Surveil effects or can't put Gales in your graveyard at instant speed, you generally want to do them on your turn, unless you're playing versus control and trying to specifically dodge a sweeper. But hey, we kind of just drew everything. Alright. I'm going to slam Insidious Roots here, and then we've got Enhanced Assailants into Robot Maverick on the next turn. They're already on a bit under a bit of lifestyle pressure. If they're playing like 4 or 5 colour up the Beanstalk stuff, a portable hole, that'll take the Insidious Roots away. That's a little sad, but you can live with that. Yeah. I'll attack first. That's fine. And yeah, we'll go Surveillance into Maverick, and we'll get Surveil 4. Right. I think I'm gonna keep the Maverick on top. I don't want. I thought basically you want this on turn 1 and not anywhere any other time. I'll keep the Maverick on top and then bury the rest. And here they're on 8. They're pretty low. We've got Gaze in hand, Gaze in graveyard. Oh, Maverick. Be able to like find some creeping chill. Well, there's only 2 more, but there's a reasonable chance to find some creeping chills and Narcomoebas, some price amalgams, some stuff without too much difficulty. Let's see. I'm gonna stop on my upkeep here for Otherworldly Gaze. We do have this. I know I want to draw this card. That's fine. Okay. In general, if you have Otherworldly Gaze, you want to set us up in your upkeep just so you don't run through it. They're on fire. Just gonna open this attack. We can get this back out of the graveyard, put the count on a Narcomoeba or something like that. And it also triggers Insidious Roots if we do find one. And they're pretty likely to block the goal anyway. I'll go ahead and play this. What we see here. We find Insidious Roots. I don't know what I want to do with these. Well, no, I do, but I don't know how I want to leave this on top. We have 1 Otherworldly Gaze effect. We're not going to find 2 chills. I think we leave the Roots here. And we can always Otherworldly Gaze through it later. I'll flash back one of these. Again, doing this main phase in case of Silver Smoke Ghoul stuff, and so here is the big upside. I don't want a second surveillance at this point. We'll keep the Insidious Roots still on top as our insurance. Then this will bring back a bunch of stuff and kind of force them to need a sweeper. Okay. Sweeper, I don't know. Yeah. This is Explorer. They can't have Omnath into Fetch. Oh, I guess they could have Omnath into Fetch Land. What am I talking about? We could have Omnath Fatal Passage at this point, but yeah. Yeah, this is one of the decks I'm kind of like thinking about for Pioneer RCQ season, but it's always pretty awkward with Dredge. Like win game 1, hopefully, and then fight through games 2 and 3 versus Graveyard Hate. Sometimes that's viable, and sometimes it's pretty difficult. Right attack here. Like, our opponents are like a fairly reasonable draw. It's not like they've gone unfortunate or anything. We take a mulligan to 5. That's pretty good. I do not want to sacrifice. This is funny in its own right, but yeah. So they're gonna go to 3. We get a creature back off this Skyclay Apparition. I will play this. And I am going to main phase the Gaze, because we might also just hit Creeping Chill. We don't, but we do hit a pile of other stuff. I'm going to do this. I'll put this stuff in my upkeep, because this time I will want to Otherworldly Gaze. These Narcomoebas will also present a bunch of damage with Insidious Roots. And go ahead. Desperate Times. I feel like a Deafening Clarion. I clean everything up. There's a okay. Yeah, fair. Alright, I thought it was going to be like Shockland Supreme Verdict, but even then we're still in a pretty good spot. Alright, second match. This is really interesting. So this is a 1-land hand, we're on the play, but we have double Gorehound and a Robot Maverick to find and try and fight land. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this. And we'll see what's up. Yeah, no, I'm going to keep it. Even the Creeping Chill, I think this is worth keeping. We are, as we're on the play, let's kind of play this before we play the other 2. It's unfortunate just because we want to make sure that we've got the line on turn 2. We'll try to. Okay. I'm gonna leave these both on top, am I? We should put one into the graveyard because we definitely want to... we could just turn to Insidious Roots. I'll leave it on top. Have a think about it. Hard to say. Okay. That is a beach, so probably blue-white on the opponent's side. Let us just slam the Insidious Roots, I think. Both of these are good, but next time we can go Surveillance. We can go a hand out. Start doing stuff. We have a slow start here, but it has kind of all the setup cards that we need. There's even a chance we end up casting this Creeping Chill this game. Alright, they've shot, so we're probably getting something. Given the shock land. Okay, let's attack. I don't want to get enhanced surveillanced. What's it called? No more lies. Yeah, no more lies. We will do 2 of these. If they got anything. They could be playing Temporary Meltdown in the main deck. That one is more awkward. We're gonna leave this on top. We'll go Enhanced Surveillance into this next turn. That'll be our turn. Assuming we don't get lockdown. That is the concern versus blue-white. Yeah, it looks to be like standard blue-white control. 60 cards versus instead of Yorion, but no Kahira either, actually. Kind of interesting. Which I guess implies they've got other creatures in their deck somewhere. 60 card blue-white Yorion. Sorry, not blue-white Yorion, 6 card blue-white field. Let's run this into something. Run this into a no more lies. Okay. Can I please Surveil 3 twice? We do get Surveil 3 twice. Okay. So this is what the deck's trying to do. We don't want any of these. We'll get to use the Maverick later. The one card we're like hyper scared of here. Not gonna be for good. I'll put the line in the graveyard and we'll leave Insidious Roots on top. This not gonna be because they're gonna trigger 3 sets of Snoring Creature. This is why we play the game. Let's put a Price Amalgam in here. I'm still gonna leave Insidious Roots on top. It's kind of like stopping us a little bit, but we're gonna do some. We have other worthy gaze. I think this is. Alright, we're gonna have a bunch of this root triggers kind of floating as well. Yeah, so Insidious Roots also triggers these 3. If you can see, they're just gonna scoop it up. Okay, that's crazy. But yeah, we get to like surveil another 9 here. But this is that's kind of how crazy that can get. Oh, okay. In here. This is interesting. Given our hand, I guess we put the ghoul back because the Dark Amoeba triggers the go hand. Like we drew it up. I'm gonna lead with this, because then we can immediately trigger this off of it. See our opponent's got blue white. It's less mana efficient, but it's gonna be more triggers on the Goldmouth Phantasm to play this first. I'll put land in the graveyard. In we go. Yeah, this is the one card I'm not like super sure on. I'm kind of just like, alright, we'll just include it because we're playing like a deck with a ton of spell effects. It's not necessarily the best. Go to combat first. I don't expect anything reaction-wise here. Hey, it's kind of free. Hey, about to prize bag in that graveyard, but hey, we'll get to do this thing. Fail again. I don't want to cast prize bag. What do we have here? Nah, I should leave this on top. Alright, we're threatening like a ton of damage here. Like even got our Warrior sitting around if they do have something. So I would guess this is like just like creativity, but like no Yorion. This throws everything off. So we'll see what's up with this. We have a lot of damage in play, which at least counts for something. We're not overcommit to this board though. I think we're gonna get it right. I think that I'll play Price Amalgam and press it on. I'll keep hold of the Ottawa at this point. Very close to just being able to use it. Got lethal damage on board. That is a combination. Okay. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, I've not actually seen like a Bloodsun use to turn off players field for other stuff. Let's go. If we get I'm gonna send the attack, and if we get our board exiled, I'll be very unhappy. This is totally fine.
Now you've done it.
Happy enough to play through Wandering Emperor. Like, obviously not ideal, but our opponent is currently living. Try hand surveillance. Do they have an immobilize or delve into veto? We should play this. Kind of overextending into sweeper. We have some stuff here. We'll surveil. This is a graveyard, and then off the Maverick. I'm gonna have to bin these. Try and find something that's doing a bit more. This is cool. They can make a blocker. Oh yeah, you also just don't pay for shocks and stuff. There's the cast for me too. Kind of cool.
Remember your training.
Yeah. All of the things. They ticked up, which makes it sound like I've got another Wandering Emperor. I just have to play into it. We get a prize Amalgam exiled. We yeah. If they are emperoring, they like some. Alright, Lightning Helix. Solid. We're just kind of at this point where we have to play into board wipes. We can't really afford to give them time. They'll get to the down to Emperor to exile something here. Like maybe you get the Mavericks, you can't use it to out the graveyard. But hey, they're also just have a ton of mana, I can maybe just do something. Yeah, there's a verdict. I say that, like, we have a bunch of good cards we can draw. We also have not so good cards. Alright, well this is one of the good cards. Let's try and resolve the target schema. So, Alchemy bit in the bin, Ghoul in the bin. I'm just going to leave target scheming on top. That seems like the most sensible thing. I'll use one at least, but I can't here. Alright, games, still more game to be played. But yeah, they have a lot of cards. We've got an Emperor still. We do have 4 creeping chills in the deck. It's something. That has cantrips as well. Isn't totally deadly, yeah? I wonder if they're still like, if they're playing this and Proctor, or they're just playing this. Okay. Yeah, we kind of just have to try and do the things. Deal with the fact that one of the prize Amalgams is going to get exiled. And maybe if Maverick thing hit Gear Hulk for Lightning Helix is good. Pretty good. They get the Helix away, the Narcomoeba. It's on 8 as well, which is a lot of range. Okay. Block. They want to exile one of these Wandering Emperor apparently. They're going to 5 for that. I think the Art Warrior doesn't play around anything. Like the weirdest way ever. They have no normalize for this. That'd be bad. No. Yeah. Amalgam's gonna get hit by Emperor, which is why I got left alive, I assume. We have 1 in our graveyard. Yeah, we have some good draws. 1 card left. Hope's Beacon. Okay. Just a +1. Wait, we're not dead, are we? No, 9. 5? Yeah, no. Not quite. It's not that far away though. Okay, let's go shoot both of these. Give them a 2 o'clock. This is not what we needed. What's the best draw? Probably Tiger Escaping actually. But hey. Alright, we'll pack it up. Alright, match number 4. Blue Light can be tough, like temporary lockdowns is a good card versus your early stuff. And then like Wandering Emperor to clean up Place of Amalgam. Okay, they can give you some trouble. I will keep this. We've got like Snarling Gorehound, double Insidious Roots. That seems pretty strong. We'll see how it serves. You do need to find like an actual enabler, but like I'm not gonna say it. Not quite anything will do. I'm into mulligan to 6 as well. Okay, third Insidious Roots. Surely this time. Drawing 3 Insidious Roots and then no cards to enable it would be just my luck, but yeah. We'll see, we'll see. Alright, we hit, I'm gonna attack with this, let's see what they do. Let's see. I'm gonna play one more Insidious Roots, and I'm gonna upkeep this Otherworldly Gaze. So that's the grand plan. Dory Disruption, we've been got. I might not do this, depending on what they do here. Okay, Jess going. That's a Fable. Let's go ahead and the Gaze. I feel this is creativity again, but see. Where's in the Amalgam in the graveyard? Oh, I've got enough. I guess we take the Otherworldly Gaze. Get a main. Play this, play the second Insidious Roots. You know what? Into the red zone. We'll see, we'll see. Okay, yeah, definitely seems like creativity, but like the Gearhulk creativity deck rather than like just getting a Dragon. If they've got Magnum Opus. Magma Opus. Which does put us on a very real... Oh, interesting. I mean, you could still be that, but Hinata is a very, very good Magma Opus. Ooh, I should maybe have manually tapped for this. We'll see. All these cards in the bin. Okay, that's a really good card, just not now. You know what? How about you? Did cycle treasure before? We are in deep, deep trouble. Especially if they have an Opus. You got 6 mana. The trick here is that Hinata reduces by 1 for each target. Okay, we actually got to draw, which is try and revolve the scheming. Oh, it's just not good enough. Oh my gosh. What are we doing it? I have to basically leave this on top, right? We're probably dead. They can copy the. Currently, they can't copy anything with the Jiggy, but they have. I think that they've got Gearhulk this turn. They're just kind of waiting. Gonna Gearhulk Magma Opus. 2 treasures, which is enough to get them there, for sure. I'm being mocked. I'm gonna cast it. Yeah, I mean, this will resolve. You are very dead on board. Alright, I think this will be the last match of the video. Oh, we have like a... We don't have a green source in hand, but we'll keep this. We've got a bunch of Surveils towards one anyway. Hopefully we won't have a repeat of last game. We just kind of had triple Insidious Roots, just didn't draw any enablers. Okay. It is cool to see Hinata around. I've not seen a Hinata deck in a long time. Yeah. We'll leave with the Phantasm. I'll play the Surveillance. We'll play like a longer game, I think. Cavern, a human. Okay, no vampires. 3 minutes better at least will mean a slowish start. And we'll see how things go. We should have time to do this. I'm going to upkeep this Otherworldly Gaze. It's just good practice to have the sub set up if you have them. And yeah. That way we can try and find a green source for this, or for this, and some stuff to do. There's also Will Surveil 5, which is pretty cool. Interesting. I didn't know that Convoke played Cannon, but it kind of makes sense. It's a decent number of humans, I guess. I mean, this is more my ignorance than anything. Yeah. Okay. This should be pretty interesting. Would really like to get a... Oh, it's a recruiter, really early. What was I said before? We're in trouble? I mean, this is a good pile of cards into the graveyard. I need to try and draw a green source. Right? Okay, what's our backup plan if we don't draw a green source? None of these help that, right? Have this. Yeah, we should just take the extra card, hopefully get there. Draw. Oh, we drew Narcomoeba, that's funny. Oh, we're actually stuck. Do you need to take a draw step? Let's get to block here. We could upkeep otherworldly gaze, Savannah 5. We're on 26, we will have to buffer. Let's see what our opponent does. I'm gonna set this up anyway, we can think about it later. Do some damage. I'm gonna look to end turn this untap and then thing. Okay, I think we do upkeep, try and find a green source, then we can play one of the Mavericks. Then next turn look to do Insidious Roots stuff. Alright, yeah, we can control our destiny. We'll try it. Let's also make the... Okay, cool. Right, we hit an Archimedes as well. We'll keep this active. Okay. Archimedes provides us with an additional blocker as well. Big. Maverick. The next turn we can go Roots plus something. You're in the graveyard because that'll come back. Okay, yeah. This is a good plan. Next turn we'll be able to go Roots into Otherworldly Gaze. That should hopefully get some more triggers somewhere. You can attack with the Thoughtman Phantasm, but I think we need it on defense. Coming back out of the graveyard, we've got 2 Silver Mesogals and a Prized Amalgam, but those will all be tapped. Facing down Knight Errant, 5 1/1s, and then also this. Yeah, we just need to pass the turn. Nope, not that one. I think we do at this point start winning the longer game. So we don't use the shuffle ability on a Mountain Surveillance very often, but it does give you like a way to get an extra trigger off Insidious Roots, so we might end up having to use it here. Like assuming there's a creature in a graveyard that you can shuffle back. So. Not cool. Oh, those creeping children from earlier, aren't they? Yeah, that's my bad. That's maybe better though for us, because we'll get more plant triggers off the ghouls. We'll see what happens here. Oh, Tharley is actually huge. Oh, okay. My turn. Oh, Tharley is actually massive. Hey. I don't like that. Run 19. I mean, I think we can cast this. I'm gonna roll with it. Again, we have a way to trigger it. Let's say go for now. And be careful when we tap, because we want to... Yeah. The problem is they have a recruiter, right? Which bumps the damage out, but by a decent chunk. Alright. Just all I want is for you to attack with the Thalia. That's all I want. Please and thank you. Ugh. Fine. Okay. This going to graveyard triggers the... This is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 here, but it's to 8. We keep some blockers. Stuff. We can take an extra 6 to trade with more creatures. I don't think that's the play. Oh, the Thalia's still being around, isn't it? Yeah, I'd like to trade more creatures off, but... My turn. Play black. Okay, this is pretty good. Scheming. All the nonsense. Let's put a counter on. Amoeba. Okay, we are doing stuff. We are trying to cook. Given enough time, we should be able to get enough tokens and go to the top. But oh, if they've got this into another recruiter, we're on 8. That might does it. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, they've got 3, 10, 11 attackers. They've got Dunes next turn. That's lethal. Right. I'm sure it is. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Does sound like 8, doesn't it? Any shenanigans we can do? We can add extra plant. I don't think that'll help us though. Everything needs 2 plots, right? That's all my blockers. That's exactly lethal. Big set. Alright, well, let's see the post game. Alright, post-match wrap-up. We actually ended up 2 and 3 there. We won our first 2 matches and then lost the last 3. One of those decided to Decklist itself. The Boros game was really, really close. And they managed to find the Thalia and kind of like stall us off being able to really go off with Surveil cards. Otherwise I think we do maybe get there. But yeah, deck really, really solid. I'm super, super happy with the shell. There are a couple of changes maybe that I look at. Like, almost everything performed well. The one like kind of like thing that I can point to is the Thoughtbound Phantasm. I wasn't sure about it at the beginning, and it is like, yeah, it can amass a bunch of power and kind of attack quickly, but it is like the one part of the deck that's actually weak to spot removal, whereas everything else is like pretty redundant. But it's not really doing anything to kind of help the game plan outside of what, like, just slowly getting to be a big creature. And so some other Dredge Enabler, maybe that Stitcher Supplier, maybe that Smurfolk Secret Keeper. Both of those also trigger the Gorehound, which is pretty nice. Obviously, Stitcher Supplier is better versus aggro decks, we can block and kind of like stop them attacking. Merfolk Secret Keeper is like more cards straight away, but then there's also like a wall there. Hey, it depends what you're doing. We could also look at playing an extra Tigum Scheming. These are really, really nice. If you've got Surveillance and play the Surveilling 7, you just get to see so many cards. Like, being able to like surveil like 5s off of Otherworldly Gaze and 4s here. 3 off of Gorehound is kind of like what makes the deck work. And this is kind of like the innovation I found. I was like, oh, I think this is actually something that's pretty strong. But hey, yeah, there's some options. There's some options for sure. Deck is really, really fun, really, really sweet. Enhanced Surveillance and Insidious Roots, both being 2-mana enchantments, they do slow you down a little bit in a way, but the deck is so much more consistent. Just being able to see so many cards, see all your Creeping Chills, see your Ghouls, see your Price Amalgams, and find the different bits and pieces. Even if we had a rough time with it in some of the matches. So yeah, would definitely recommend. If you're looking for sideboard cards, well, Dredge is a bit of a tough one. Sultai does give you some nice answers to like that's enchantments, which will help things like Rest in Peace and Unlicensed Silas and that kind of thing. But you're going to struggle coming back from game 3. Would recommend Hand Disruption just because you don't necessarily know what kind of graveyard hit your opponent will be bringing in. And then hey, maybe you want some Fatal Pushes for matches where you need spot removal for cards like Thalia or other like Scavenging Ooze type effects. Spell Pierce, Graveyard hit if you're already, the best thing to run is Leyline of the Void. And hey, yeah, there's some really, really cool options. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do like, comment, share the video around. I'd really, really appreciate it. And yeah, thanks for watching. Peace out.